kids, I didn't see you there. It looks like we have a letter. To what extent was Otto von Bismarck a master planner of German unification? Well, kids, today we will be talking about the Mad Junker, the Iron Chancellor, the former Prime Minister of Prussia. That's right, kids, Otto von Bismarck. In modern day, there is controversy surrounding whether Otto von Bismarck planned German unification or did he just take advantage of the situation. To a great extent, Bismarck was not a master planner due to his inability to see far into the future with his harsh punishment upon France and his inability to create a long-lasting alliance system to last after he was gone. This question and more will be answered after this commercial break.
Do you ever feel like people don't think you're the master planner that you are? Do you ever feel like you're divided into 39 parts? Do you ever feel like you're just an opportunist rather than a genius? Do you ever feel like there's a country trying to unify what is rightfully yours?
Well, then you need a Bismify, the only medication for a true master planner.
This is a picture of a patient before a Bismify. This is the same patient after a Bismify.
Thanks, Bismify.
Seth include that summarizes details of four-line system and an eventual world war.
And we're back! To first understand Bismarck's effect on German unification, we must first delve into the past. Let's go back in time and listen to a member of the Frankfurt Assembly, a short-lived congress dedicated to unifying Germany.
Today, we've successfully secured the right to attempt to create a united Germany, something that we have wanted since Napoleon tried to take us over as a piece of his empire. We have claimed land like the Rhineland which we received from Congress of Vienna. We have an economic link to most of the Germanic countries thanks to the Zollverein. Through our ties of a similar language group, our economy, and nationalism, we shall unite Germany. Who's with me?
Yay! Well, after all, they did not. After 1 year, they were shut down. From 1849, the shutdown of the Frankfurt Assembly, to the rise of Bismarck in 1862, Germany was just around 30 individual countries held together by their nationalism and were yet to become world players. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, now that you know the context, it is time to answer the elusive question. To what extent did Bismarck plan German unification?
But wait, who is Bismarck?
Willikers. Did I forget to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, the Otto Everett Leopold von Bismarck Schönhausen? Well, Bismarck, born April 1st, 1815, in Schönhausen, Germany. His father was a landowning Prussian gentleman, the social class of Junker. His mom was more aristocratic. In 1849, he was elected into the New Prussian Landtag. He wrote articles for the New Prussian Daily, an ultra-conservative newspaper. He became the ambassador to the Bond because of his loyalty to the crown. In 1858, he became sick, and the Prince Wilhelm I, who deeply opposed Germany unification, replaced him. He was appointed chief minister in 1862 and later resigned in 1890 when he would write critical reviews of the government until his death in 1898. On September 1862, the Prussian Landtag was refusing to approve an increase in military spending. The king wanted this and appointed Bismarck as minister-president and foreign minister. Several days later, Bismarck appeared before the Landtag's budget committee and stressed the need for military preparedness.
Hello, I am Otto von Bismarck. The position of Prussia in Germany will not be determined by its liberalism, but by its power. Prussia must concentrate its strength and hold it for the favorable moment, which has already come and gone several times. Not through speeches and majority decisions will the great questions of the day be decided. That was the great mistake of 1848 and 1849. But by iron and blood.
This speech by Bismarck was very important because it became symbolic of Bismarckian power politics. The first instance we see Bismarck in action is the Polish Revolution of 1863. A Russian-controlled Poland was beginning to have uprising because they wanted their independence. While other European powers sympathized with the Poles, Bismarck saw it as an opportunity to gain Russian neutrality, something that he thought was important to aid in unification, because it would prevent war on two fronts. He dispatched an envoy to Russia, where the discussions led to an agreement that is known as the Alven-Sleben Convention.
Bismarck, did you hear about the uprising in Poland? Yes, it should be the perfect opportunity to secure their neutrality. Although I did not plan for this, it should benefit my plans.
A counterpoint that can be used to defend the master planner point of view is war with Austria in 1866. Bismarck knew that if war broke out with Austria, the attitude of the French would be a deciding factor. So in October 1865, he made an informal visit to Biarritz and met with Napoleon III. Although there was no binding agreement, Bismarck inferred that if he could get Venetia for Italy, then Napoleon would not interfere in the war with Austria. So on April 8, 1866, Bismarck made an alliance with Italy that would last 3 months. Italy would get Venetia, and they would support Prussia if war broke out at the time. This scared the Habsburgs, who were in charge of Austria at the time, and they mobilized. This made Bismarck seem as though he was not the aggressor.
Napoleon, you will not go to war with us, right? Maybe. So, what do we need to do to get you to support the war effort? Well, if you get us Venetia, we will support your war effort. Okay, sounds pretty good.
After defeat of Austria, another instance in which Bismarck shows his master planning is through the Hohenzollern candidature. This episode contributed to the Franco-Prussian War, as well as the Ems telegram. Spain was left without a monarch, Isabella II, after a revolution. A new king was sought, and Bismarck heavily urged them to accept Prince Leopold, a member of the family of William I of Prussia. While Bismarck states this is to strengthen bonds with Spanish, his true intention can be seen to have France further isolated around potential German allies. France continued to discourage Spain to allow this, but Bismarck was determined regardless, which deeply upset France.
Sir, you have to send your son to Spain to be the new king. It's in order to better our relationships with Spain.
I don't know, it doesn't seem like such a great idea.
King William, you cannot allow your son to be the king of Spain because it will isolate France and it will not be fair to us and will upset the balance of power of Europe. Interesting.
These events led to a confrontation between King William I of Prussia and the French ambassador. However, a dispatch of their discussion was sent to Bismarck. Bismarck saw this as an opportunity to further his agenda and start a war with France. He manipulated the discussion between the king and the French ambassador in order to embarrass France with insults, which was then released to the press. This was enough to provoke France and soon led to the Franco-Prussian War, in which Bismarck knew he could win.
What is these? It is a telegram of the discussion between King Wilhelm I and the French ambassador. What a great opportunity to further my advances and insult the French by manipulating the conversation, releasing it to the press, eventually causing war with France.
Fast forward years ahead after the defeat of France in the Franco-Prussian War, and you can see the reason why Bismarck cannot be seen as a master planner. Not only did Bismarck fail to recognize France's need for revengeance after being destroyed by Germany, but also failed to set up a long-lasting alliance system to prevent a world war. Although his alliance system preserved peace in Germany as long as he was in power, he failed to plan ahead for when he would no longer be able to handle the foreign affairs. After being forcibly dismissed on March 18, 1890 by Kaiser Wilhelm II, Europe began to crumble. Well, kids, through this program we have learned that Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor, may not have been entirely a master planner because he could not have known the Polish people were going to revolt against Russia to secure their neutrality and this lack of foresight with the alliance system. Well, kids, that's all the time we have. I'll see you next time.
Good framing.
Got it?
Good framing.
Napoleon, you will not go to war with